Question 6. The triangle BOP has one side that is 8 centimeters long, one angle of 40 degrees, one angle of 60 degrees. Part A, work out the size of the third angle in the triangle BOP. Well, first of all, it is always very helpful in any questions involving shapes to draw out a rough sketch of what we're talking about. So we're talking about a triangle, so I've drawn out a rough sketch of a triangle. I'm told that one angle is 40 degrees, so I'm going to label one of the angles as 40 degrees. It doesn't matter which one for this question. One angle of 60 degrees, I'm labeling another angle as 60 degrees. And the last one is unknown. That's what we're trying to find out, the third angle. Well, we know that the angles in any triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's a rule we have to learn off by heart, and it's not given to us in the formula tables. So if I add these two angles together and take it away from 180, I'll be left with the third angle. So 60 plus 40 gives me 100, and 180 minus 100 gives me 80 degrees. So the third angle is 80 degrees because the three angles of a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. So my missing angle, or my third angle, is going to be 80 degrees because the three angles in a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. And 60 plus 40 plus 80 equal 180 degrees. Part B. Draw a sketch of one such triangle BOP. On your sketch, write in the size of all three angles and the length of one of the sides. So a sketch is a rough idea of what the shape looks like. So it doesn't have to be a perfect construction, but we do draw it as accurately as we can, and it's very important that we label everything. Okay, so here is a sketch of the triangle BOP. So we know that one of the sides is 8 centimeters, so I've labeled the base as 8 centimeters, and that our three angles are 40 degrees, 60 degrees, and 80 degrees. Part C. Construct the triangle BOP from your sketch. So in this space here, we will draw our construction. The construction is very different from a sketch. Construction has to be accurate. And we must use our maths equipment or our maths tools to draw construction. So we'd have to use a ruler, a compass, a protractor, a pencil, and we would have to show all our construction lines. And we don't ever rub out our construction lines. Okay, so this is the sketch that we had from part B. So we see that we have a base of 8 centimeters, so that's how I would start off my actual construction. I would draw a line 8 centimeters along, and this would be my base of my triangle. So this is 8 centimeters. The next thing I would do is take my protractor, and I would lay it down so that the center of the protractor is at the very end of my line, and I would measure an angle 40 degrees, and I would put a dot at the end of my protractor where it would match up at 40 degrees. I would take the protractor away, and with my ruler I would draw a straight line going from the end of my baseline up as far as I want to. It can go longer than it will actually need to, so then we can see our construction lines. And then I would take my protractor and I would lay it down on the other end of my straight line, the other end of my baseline, which is here. So I'd get the center of my protractor and I would line it up with the end of my line, and I would measure an angle of 60 degrees. And again, I would put a dot at 60 degrees on my protractor and take it away, and then I would take a ruler and join up the end of my baseline and the dot, and I would go further along my page as far as I need to go until my two lines intersected. And when they intersect, I do not want to rub out the other ends of the lines because these are my construction lines. So I have a base of 8 centimeters, an angle of 40 degrees, an angle of 60 degrees, And when I measure this angle, if I have done my shape accurately, this should measure 80 degrees.